Oh my god, I am so excited for this movie. The Suicide Squad has got to be like my most anticipated movie of 2021 because this just looks awesome. Like, this trailer is so freaking amazing, and I am so excited to break this thing down. I wish I could have done it earlier but as you can tell, I'm a little late to the party because I was in school. So now, but finally, 3 hours later, I was finally able to check it out, and I just loved it. So without further ado, of course, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. But let's jump into breaking this thing down. So it's MPA. This is a red band trailer, so it's like, ooh, hard R and everything. So we start off seeing this bus, and the whole squad, or most of the squad, is on the bus. We got John Cena as Peacemaker there, David Dastmalchian as Polka Dot Man in the back, Rick Flag, King Shark, and the Thinker. And looks like they're not in their full suits right now. Like Peacemaker and Polka Dot Man, like they just got on like their helmets and goggles. And then it seems like they are looking for Harley Quinn. And I believe that this will be like towards the beginning of the movie, because we all believe that there's going to be this one version of the Suicide Squad that at the beginning of the movie will most likely die. Most of them will, like, they'll go to this island. Most of them will probably die, and then I think Harley Quinn will be a part of that group. She'll survive, and then that's why they've sent this like search party for her, because now they need a second squad to go save her. And you see off to the left here is Nathan Fillion's TDK, aka the Detachable Kid, and also off to the right you see a little bit of Mongal. So that's pretty cool. Viola Davis back as Amanda Waller. That's amazing. She's great in the role. Rick Flag, you see that he's operating this whole mission and trying to rescue Harley, but turns out she's fine. She's just right there, and it's like, oh, okay, well, this was just a waste of time. And then she's like, oh, I can go back in there and you can save me and everything. So yeah, I mean, off the bat, it's already hilarious. I love this. And then you see also Idris Elba as Bloodsport there. Clearly, they didn't have time to put on their full suits. He's just got the helmet, and he's like, yeah, I'm Bloodsport. And then Amanda Waller is not pleased. Warner Brothers, yep. Savant. So this is the character that Michael Rooker is playing, Savant. I don't know much about this character, but based off this, it seems like maybe he has good aim, because he was able to catch that ball without even looking, or like just good hand skills, hand coordination, something like that. I don't know. Cool seeing him with long hair. We also see Pete Davidson as Blackguard. Weasel, of course, one of the best characters. Just, yep, that's Weasel. Savant, you see the process of how they're actually going to put the bombs in their necks. So obviously each squad member has to get the bomb put in their necks, and then if they go out of line, Amanda Waller can just like press a button, and then boom, they don't have a head anymore. So then here's the first iteration of the squad. You can tell because in this shot, Rick Flag is wearing his actual like suit and tactical gear, whereas the rest of the movie, for most of the movie, he's wearing just like that yellow shirt. Another good look at Savant. From the horribly beautiful mind of James Gunn. Yeah, there's going to be some nasty stuff in this movie, but we get our first look, or just a good look at the first team for this movie. This is what I believe will be the original Suicide Squad team here at the beginning of the movie. Most of them will probably die. We get some close-up looks at like Captain Boomerang, Jai Courtney. Great to see him back. I really hope he does not die. I have a feeling he might, but I really hope that he does not, because I love this character and I really don't want him to be in one scene and then die. That I would not be happy about that. But you also see, again, Pete Davidson as Blackguard, Nathan Fillion as the Detachable Kid, Amanda Waller again, Harley Quinn, which again I believe is when she's part of the first squad team here. King Shark, we get our introduction to him, and yes, Sylvester Stallone is playing the character, and he definitely reminds me of Groot in this trailer. And he picks up this guy and he's like, nom nom, and then he eats him. And it's a bit violent, but nom nom makes it better. Steve Agee as John Economos. He's working with Amanda Waller. And then I love how we have like this like college, like high school type, I don't know what to call it, like an auditorium type thing, something like that, where like it's like Amanda Waller's presenting to the team what their plan is and everything, and we get some good looks at the different characters, like John Cena as Peacemaker, David Dastmalchian as Polka Dot Man, King Shark being like, hand. And again, just like Groot in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, he acted very childish in that movie and was a little confused about stuff. So, seems like this is basically going to be DC's Groot, which I have no problem with. I absolutely love this character, and Sylvester Stallone voicing the character is even better. And obviously, everybody thinks that's funny because he's just pointing at his hand. Even Amanda Waller's like, "Yep, that's your hand," and yeah. But I mean, you're not going to talk back to him because he is a shark and he can eat you. And then Idris Elba's Bloodsport character is like, "Oh, we're all going to die." And then what's interesting is the Polka Dot Man says, "I hope so." So seems like maybe this character in this movie wants to die, which is pretty interesting, and that adds an interesting element to that character, kind of similar to, I think, Diablo from the first movie, where he didn't really care what happened. He didn't think of himself as a hero. We get a nice, beautiful shot here of the squad. Rick Flag informing the Thinker about what's going on here. We got Harley Quinn off to the side. We also have this character who I'm not completely sure if that's going to be an important role. There's been people saying that maybe that's like Condiment King or like Calendar Man or something like that. So I don't know, because we do see him in like the full team shot later, which I'll talk about. Bloodsport seems like he's like pretty close with Rick Flag and kind of one of the leaders of the team. Great shot of King Shark and Peter Capaldi as the Thinker there. Then we get some great team shots here. Looking fantastic. We have the enemies of the movie, or some of the enemies. The General Joaquin Cosio. I don't remember if that's the character's name or the actor's name, but it's one of the two. We get a really funny joke with Peacemaker that I'm not going to repeat in this video, but you know, this summer, so excited for this. All right, so we see the squad looks like they're jamming out. They're at a party. You got Daniela Melchior, if that's how you pronounce it, as Ratcatcher 2. Of course, John Cena again. Looks like you've got David Dastmalchian there. He's having a good time. They're dying. Yep, and then you see them jumping out of the building to save the world. That's like the tagline in this movie. They're dying to save the world, and most of them will die. And then we see Idris Elba's character here again, going at Amanda Waller with a shank. But he stops. First look at Alice Braga as Sol Soria. Oh, amazing shot here of King Shark ripping this guy apart. I mean, it's very violent and very bloody and stuff, but it looks amazing. And it's so cool. Another great shot of Rick Flag and Polka Dot Man in the background there. Harley Quinn looking amazing. A really interesting shot here where it looks like an explosion of like flowers or something in the background there. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but it definitely looks cool. So there's that. And then we get a hint at the relationship between Bloodsport and Ratcatcher 2 in this movie, because it's been described that these two have kind of like a father-daughter relationship here, and you know, they have a nice moment here in the trailer. But then this is where things go down. The big villain of the movie is revealed, because you got this big tower and everything, and the squad is here, and something's happening. Something is exploding out of there. Oh, what is it? Even King Shark is surprised. It's something big. Definitely something big. Everything's exploding. What is it? Amanda Waller's like, what the hell is that? And then you see John Economos like, that. We got some kaiju stuff going on up in here. And if you don't know what kaiju is, it's like Godzilla, King Kong, like giant monsters like that. And then you zoom in and you see what they are talking about. And yes, that is a giant starfish. That is Starro from the comics, the long rumored villain of this movie. And I mean, it's confirmed now. And I think this is, he's such a wacky villain that it's just going to be insane how the Suicide Squad is battling a giant alien starfish. And we don't get a full look at him, but we see like one of his star arms. And then he's like, oh, okay. Cool. And then here's this big team shot here at the end. Again, you have that character on the end here that was with them before that people are thinking maybe Condiment King or Calendar Man. I'd be cool with either one. So, yeah, that's awesome. And she's like, oh, I love the rain. And then you get the great, amazing cast for this movie. And in theaters or on HBO Max, August 6th. I'm probably going to watch it on HBO Max. And that's the Suicide Squad. So, ladies and gentlemen, that trailer was amazing. I mean, it really didn't give us that much new stuff about the movie. Like, obviously new footage, but didn't really give us that much for new information. But just some of the shots here were just amazing. And just this whole team, the comedy, the action, just everything going on with this. Just the fact that we're having Starro in live action, that just blows my mind. So, I absolutely love this, and I cannot wait to see this. I cannot wait to see more from this movie. But again, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Which characters do you think will die? I'll probably do a full-on breakdown of like the characters I think will die, like just before the movie, probably like late July, early August. So stay tuned for that, even though that's like months away. But I'm so excited for this. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.